The Football League Weekend Show is on the road again, while Gus Poyet has reanimated Brighton's challenge in the Championship. Can they make it 2 promotions in a row? Welcome to Bloomfield Road, where we're joined by the man who started the ball rolling here and the most successful manager in Hull City's history. Simon Grace and Phil Brown, great to see you both back into the Championship, and Brighton have got their second wind. Nicky Forster went along to meet the manager, Gus Poyet.
Gus, how you doing?
Sir?
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
You're looking very smart, as always.
Okay.
No,
Why?
always
Like you?
nicely groomed.
Like you.
Nicely groomed. So 7th in the Championship, level points with 6th place. Is that as expected or better than expected?
Good question to start. I think, in my mind it was always, trying to be positive. And I didn't really know where, we could be at this stage, especially after the up and downs. But I would say just a little bit better than what I expected. I was expecting to be in the middle, really. But we are not far, it's very close.
And now that, as you say, you're that close, is the aim now this season to get in the playoffs and aim at promotion?
Oh, it looks like. I think we got a chance. I don't think we should be real contenders, but I think we got a chance because we are a little bit different. I don't think, when I say different, I don't mean better or worse. No,
yeah.
We're different. We're different teams to play against. Our games are slower. The opposition get a little bit frustrated, and that changed the situation. So for them to play against us, maybe people like it, but I would say they are more used to the normal game in the Championship, which is a little bit more open and more forward.
With your success, now you're linked with, seems to be, all the jobs that are coming up. How are you finding that?
I try not to think. I know it's very easy to say, but
People like me keep bringing it up, though.
no, but it's good. It's good because that means that we're doing something well. I try to wait for the time that happens something, and when it happens, I try to deal with it. And sometimes it's a shock, and it's crazy for a few days. But I'm lucky. It's a good place to be. At the same time, like any other job, there is a time frame that you need to set up. I got long-term contract, and depending how we do, you can stay forever or no. I don't like to say things in here, and then in 2 months' time something happens and you go, and you look stupid, really. I'm trying to be honest. I got a great plan ahead. The academy is going to be unbelievable, so plenty of things that they are very positive. So if I concentrate on that, then when it comes in something, we talk about.
The start of the season, a new home at the Amex Stadium, possibly end of the season, Premier League.
I thought that last year was incredible, but if we achieve nothing if we achieve that, it would be out of this world.
A dream season.
It would be incredible, yeah, it would be a dream season.
Stadium, named the Gus Poyet Stadium. The
No,
GP Stadium has a ring to it, doesn't it?
Can I ask for a stamp?
Just one stamp.
Just one.
Which one do you want?
No, I didn't think about it. No, it would be incredible, absolutely incredible.
Gus,
Thank you.
good luck. I really hope you do it.
Nice to see you, thank you.
Or maybe a statue, who knows, if you get him in the Premier League. They're not far off, are they?
Well, he's done a great job. Obviously, they carried the momentum forward from last year, being from League One. Showed their ambitions straight away by signing Craig McHale-Smith. And they've got a way of playing which suits Gus. He's never going to change away from his philosophy. I think they've showed an immense character at times, because I think it was just before Christmas where they lost 3 or 4 on the bounce.
4 in a row, yeah.
And now they've gone to where they are in the with a chance of the playoffs. So lots of twists and turns in all the divisions still, but they'll be very satisfied of how they've done so far.
Yeah, last time out 3-0 against Ipswich, who have turned round a bit, so that was a big win for them, wasn't it?
It's another one of them precarious seasons in the Championship, isn't it? You're looking at even at the top 2, and invariably at this stage of the season, you look at teams that have gone 2 points per game, and there's not one in the Championship. You're looking at how concertina the whole division is, and now they're knocking at the door. I mean, I think Sam played them for West Ham just before the Christmas period and beat them 1-0 at their place, and he was really down Gus after the game. But since Christmas, I think 6 wins and 3 draws and undefeated this season. So they've actually, they've gone on a run at the right time. You're coming, as I said, to the last quarter of the season, and they don't look as if they're fearful of anybody. Like Simon says, he's sticking to his principles of playing football the right way, his philosophies of playing football.
I think when you look at some of the teams that they've beat there as well, they've beat some good teams and done it really well. And the new ground that they're at now is a real cracking atmosphere. The fans are fully supportive of everything they're doing, and that can go a long way to helping the team.
And that followed 4 successive defeats, as Phil said. And coming up for them, they begin with Doncaster, and then it's Cardiff, Portsmouth, Blackpool, Derby, Nottingham Forest and Middlesbrough in March for Brighton. Of course, Norwich did it, didn't they? You know, 2 bouncers up in the Premier League, and they're doing all right. So it's not impossible, is it?
No, it's not. And even if it's not automatic promotion, teams have got to near the playoffs over the last couple of years, as I said, because of the momentum carries them forward. And once you get that going and you've got a chairman who's going to be very supportive of the manager, then they can do that. And it's great because it gives all the teams in the Championship that sort of extra chance to really go at it to achieve that, because they think they can sustain it in the future.
When you say brave, Phil, from a manager's point of view, does that mean they're not afraid to pass the ball at all times?
Well, it's not just passing the ball at all times, it's how they're set out, you know, and they're starting from the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper very rarely kicks the ball long. They very rarely go front to back, and they've got a guy up front like Craig Smith whose non-stop work rate is a constant thorn in the opposition side. So even if they're not playing well, the defenders are never easy in the opposition team. But it's just that philosophy of how to play. You know, it's not front to back. It's get it down and pass it through midfield and get it into the strikers and create the opportunities by playing football the right way.
So do you have to bring in players to do that for you, or can you coach the players you've got to do that system?
You can do it both ways, but if you inherit a team like, you know, Simon's just gone into Huddersfield, they'll be used to playing a certain way. Like Lee Clark had philosophies of playing, but now Simon's got to put his stamp on the team and how to play the right way, and he'll quickly learn about the players that he's already got under his guidance, under his tutelage.
Watch all 6 Sky Sports channels on your mobile and online.